allowing us to convene here in Kenya and for finding the time to join us today. I also wish to appreciate our Chief of Defense Forces, General Kariri, and General Michael Langley of the US AFRICOM for your exceptional leadership in co-hosting this milestone event. To our teams, the coordinating teams both from KDF and the US AFRICOM, we commend your diligence that has really made this event possible. Kenya and the United States do share a strong and enduring defense partnership. And this collaboration is testament to the strength of this partnership. Your Excellency, allow me also to state that as we convene here today, we do it at the backdrop of a global security environment which is undergoing profound shifts. Strategic competition, evolving technologies, climate-induced fragility, and transnational threats are really redrawing the boundaries of national and regional security. These dynamics demand that we recalibrate our defense postures, not just for defense and response, but also for foresight, resilience, and constructive engagement. Within this global context, Africa must carve out its own path, one that places continental priorities at the center of security cooperation. This conference today does provide a very valuable platform for strategic dialogue grounded in African agency and a broader recognition that sustainable peace must be pursued through regional and international cooperation, as well as integrated whole-of-society approaches. I am very confident that this conference will generate insights that will shape the future of our collective security architecture, not only in Africa, but also within the broader international system to which we all belong. With these few remarks, it is now my distinct honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, to address us. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, CDFs, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning, good afternoon, sorry, and take your seats. Thank you very much. I was supposed to be here in the morning. I think that's why I'm still hopeful that it is morning. But allow me first to apologize. I came a bit late. I tried to keep time, but this time around we were celebrating our national prayer breakfast today. And you know, where prayer is, there is a much more superior being than me. So I have to obey. And I had to stay back until that ceremony ends. But allow me to welcome each and every one of you to Kenya and to Nairobi. And I must say we are truly honored to co-host this very important forum in partnership with our friends, the United States of America. It is especially meaningful that this gathering is taking place on the African soil only the second time in its history, underscoring the continent's growing leadership in defining its own security agenda as we work with partners. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa stands at a pivotal moment, poised to harness its vast potential and shape a prosperous future. With over 60% of our population under the age of 25, the continent is set to become the world's largest workforce by 2050, offering a dynamic labor pool for global industries. Abundant natural resources, including 65% of the world's uncultivated arable land, and significant reserves of critical minerals such as lithium, cobalt, and many more, position Africa as a key player in global food security and green energy transition. It is in this context that initiatives like the Africa Continental Free Trade Area have been established to unify markets, boost intra-Africa trade, and attract investment, fostering economic diversification and resilience. Additionally, the continent's commitment to sustainable development is evident in projects like the Great Green Wall, which seeks to combat desertification and create millions of jobs. Enhanced strategic investments in education, technology, and renewable energy signal a continent ready to lead and innovate on a global scale. However, we must also confront the persistent challenges that impede our progress, including political instability, inadequate infrastructure, and widespread insecurity. Across the continent, we face increasing asymmetry and transnational threats, from terrorism and armed conflict to cybercrime and environmental degradation. These challenges test the resilience of our institutions and demand that we reimagine our peace and security architecture. This conference, therefore, is not only a forum for military cooperation, but also a strategic platform for dialogue, policy coordination, and the strengthening of Africa's collective voice in global security affairs. And I'm very happy that I've been informed that we have 38 different delegations attending this conference, and it speaks to the growing awareness that security goes beyond the borders of any country, and that collaboration, partnership, and building synergy is the way to greater security and stability within and outside our countries. The theme, strengthening African security, sustaining unity of effort, underscores the reality that our safety is interconnected. When one country or region falters, the ripple effect transcends borders, impacting livelihoods, economies, and development prospects. True security in Africa must be continental in ambition and collaborative in execution. For Africa to thrive, we must deepen our investment in unity, not just as a diplomatic ideal, but as a practical strategy for resilience. Strengthening partnerships among our defense institutions, promoting shared doctrines and strategic alignment, and the championing of Africa-led solutions must remain central to our approach as you discuss the different aspects and paradigms in this conference. These principles should guide how we respond to crisis, support peace operations, and prepare for evolving threats of the 21st century. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya remains firmly committed to the cause of regional peace and stability. We envision a future in which African states stand together in mutual defense of our sovereignty and values, where our military cooperation is not reactive, but proactive and strategic. In this regard, we will continue working with our partners bilaterally, regionally, and in a multilateral framework to build a defense architecture that is robust, credible, and enduring. By strengthening our collective security mechanisms and sustaining unity of effort, we can overcome the challenges that stand in the way of our collective progress. Allow me in a very special way to appreciate the United States of America for its tremendous support to this conference and its broader contribution to regional peace and security. I also extend my deepest appreciation to the organizers, the panelists, and all the participants. I trust that your discussions will be candid, constructive, and insightful in shaping the future of our continent in the context of defense, security, stability, because it is the foremost ingredient for any meaningful development and progress in our region and in our continent. Finally, I warmly invite you to explore not only our vibrant capital city, Nairobi, but also the breathtaking landscapes and hidden treasures across what we call magical Kenya. From the snow-capped peaks of Mount Kenya, the second highest mountain in Africa, to the golden beaches of the Indian Ocean at the coast, from the wildlife-rich savannas of the Masai Mara to the tranquil beauty of the Great Rift Valley, every corner of this country offers a unique and unforgettable experience. I know, and I have no doubt in my mind, that military service is a very serious exercise. But it is better when it is juxtaposed with pleasure and the ordinary things of life. I hope you will spare some time out of your straight military fatigues to be able to do something different in our country. And I encourage you to give out some time from your very busy schedule to enjoy and experience Kenya. I wish you the very best in your deliberations. You have the government of Kenya, and under the leadership of the Minister for Defense and CDF, to make sure that every other aspect of this conference goes well, and I am confident that we will have outcomes that are going to benefit Kenya and our region and our partners. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, sir, for your presence here today. Your words have reminded us of the sacred role that defense plays in the society and our duty to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall ask you to rise as His Excellency the President, accompanied by the following: the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Defense, the Chargé d'Affaires, U.S. Embassy, the Chief of the Defense Forces, the Commander AFRICOM, and the Chief of Naval Guard Bureau depart to